I heard Whitty talking earlier this week about arriving late for some flight of some sort. And I want to know, what is the perfect time? I argue with my wife all the time. She's someone who wants to leave 3 hours early. I'm someone who wants to push it as close to the flight as possible. I need an answer. Right now,
that's a good
when
question.
is the perfect time to arrive at an airport before a flight? I'm just going to keep banging on the desk.
You're also asking, though, your question has many facets to it, because I feel like what you're also asking is what's the right time to leave for my home, and what is the right time to account for traffic so that I arrive at the correct time. You're choosing between the Fort Lauderdale and Miami airports, I assume, so you're accounting for about 30 minutes of traffic as you leave your home, and that's the question you're asking. When do I have to leave my home to arrive safely at the airport?
There's also variables with clear and TSA PreCheck that you don't have to go through that line.
No, I'm an old school guy. Get this clear out of here. I'll wait in the line if I need to.
Wait, TSA? You don't have TSA Pre?
No.
What?
Dude,
Well, that changes things.
First of all, I don't fly as much as you guys, I guess. I just go and the lines, I don't ever deal, like people act crazy about these security lines. There's 50 people in them. It takes 13 minutes to get through, and then you just go on with your day.
No, but if you filled out just a modicum of paperwork, you would not have to stand in lines that can often be what fluctuates your time. Yes.
You pay more. You pay more for Netflix in 5 months than you do for
safe.
TSA PreCheck in 5 years.
Can I say something else about that? Doesn't seem safe. So I can pay to get less security.
Exactly. I don't like it. I don't like.
I mean, you gotta do the meeting.
Yeah.
The meeting.
There
like
was
a
no
Netflix.
meeting. There was no meeting.
When you
It's like
order
getting a
Netflix-
weed card.
thing.
It's like getting a weed card. Everyone gets one. Okay, it's not like they're not like really like
You're not
dissecting.
exclusive. Yeah. I mean, can I watch Selling Sunset in TSA security? No. So I'd rather pay for Netflix.
I had to go through the non-TSA PreCheck line because I flew one airline where I had a typo in my TSA PreCheck number. It was miserable. I had to take my shoes off.
Yes.
I had to take my toilet. They actually inspected my toiletries, and I had to throw stuff out because I had to adhere to them.
gall.
Whereas TSA PreCheck, they're like, no, you're good. I had to take out my laptop. It took me 15 minutes longer than it took my wife.
Take out my laptop.
Yeah,
it's a great scam. You've just uncovered, all of you have uncovered a great sort of the illusion of security and the great scam that is at the secret virus undercurrent of all American capitalism, which is you can buy your way out of security, real security, for $4.99 a month. Not even, right?
Yeah, it comes out to like a little more than $1 a month.
It's absolutely less secure, and it's just like, yep, go ahead, Mr. Whittingham, you have money.
Yeah, and it's great, and I will happily pay for it. And
as I'm taking my socks off and getting my feet dirty in Miami Airport International Third World Banana Republic Airport.
Dan, you're not doing that, Dan. Come on.
You're also getting the full skeletal scan.
I like that. Put your hands above. Put your hands above your head.
Being frisked.
Yeah. See if I have anything going on in there. Tell me about it.
Well, maybe you will because you've walked through that too many times later on. Just give me a standard metal detector. We're good.
That panic though, when the guy's like, "Do you have everything out of your pockets?" and you're like, "Oh my god, do I actually have everything out?"
It makes me feel alive.
No, but what is your panic? Because I imagine Chris Cote has had a gummy or two and wondered to himself, am I going to get arrested by one of these police dogs because I have the faint scent of I have candy in my pockets?
Federal airspace.
You check everything, Dano.
Yeah.
Oh, so you won't do it? You won't dare?
Especially someone like you, I would be getting TSA PreCheck. You don't want to subject yourself to those full body scans.
Someone like me.
Yeah, what does that mean? Just keister it and move on.
Mike, I'm going to make an embarrassing, a shameful admission here. I also do not have this check-in. My wife brings socks to the airport in a bag so that she does not have to have her feet on the dirty floor because I have not filled out any of this paperwork.
That's not at all surprising.
Well, you said it. You said I never have to deal with any of this stuff. And what I'm saying is I'm a rugged veteran. It's not surprising to you that I wouldn't have done paperwork, but I don't have any of your VIP check-in. I stand in a line like everybody else.
You fly private jets. You don't have any security, right?
Net jets, you don't have to worry about that. What's a TSA at executive airports? Yeah.
You think I'm flying in private jets?
No, I don't understand. I know it's a complicated process, and sometimes you actually have to go to the airport, and it may seem intimidating. Trust me, it's well worth the time.
Yeah, don't you have to have an interview? Like, you have to schedule an interview? This seems way
you
too
had to schedule an
bureaucratic.
appointment. My interview was like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, he says here.
Yes, you have money, Mr. Whittingham. Do you have money? Mr. Whittingham, do you have $3 a month?
It's 3-minute meeting. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
All right.
You're good. Where the ripoff is, I think, is in Clear. Because I got Clear once because of the TSA PreCheck line was so bad. but they just threw me in the Gen Pop line. And I was just like,
No.
ooh, I was just Lord Steven Regaling my entire time.
No.
I was like, ooh.
Mike, that was a mistake because when you get clear, when they do the bioscan, it shows up your TSA pre. So it should take you to the TSA pre line, but in front of everyone who's waiting in
But
line.
this was United Wing at MIA. It's
There you
just,
go. Oh, that's Wild Wild West, baby.
It's bad.
What do you think you're doing?
Do you get the same rules, Amin, or do you get hassled a little bit extra than perhaps Mike Ryan as he's skating through security $4.99 a month?
TSA PreCheck.
Oh, TSA. First of all,
greatest.
TSA PreCheck. I'm not eligible for it because I'm not a citizen or a permanent resident. So I wish I could have it. It's $99 with the global entry, and it lasts 3 years. Even I heard Chris say, "Well, I don't travel that often." Even if you travel twice a year, it's worth it. It's paid it.
I was coming back from LA from the Super Bowl. I got through security faster than Tony, and he was, I gotta go now. I got this TSA pre. Like, we made it through the same, because I get you if you're going at like rush hour of the airport, maybe, but most of the time it's not that big of a difference.
I appreciate you cherry picking the one time you were quicker than the TSA pre-check line. I can
last time I
guarantee you,
flied.
I will not like your
Okay.
chances if we extrapolate that data over, let's say, a 30-day sample.
And this is well and fine, but what we have just revealed here in our thorough investigation is that in a 3-minute interview, because Chris Whittingham has a couple extra dollars, a known murderer skates through security. A man with an alarm clock on his stove, a man we all know that is most likely to be murderous and secret, just skates right through security because the toughest question at security check-in of Chris Whittingham is not, hey, do you kill people in your spare time because you're a murderer? It's just, hey, do you have $4 you can give me over the course of a month so I could give you the illusion of security? You're perfectly capable of blowing up this plane.
I will defend you. I'm sure you're not a murderer because you went through TSA pre-check and you went through the entire background check. Meanwhile,
Rigorous.
Dan's the one that has something to hide over here because he doesn't want to subject
Dirty
himself
feet.
to the background check.
Dirty feet, because I don't always bring socks like my wife.
Why are the roles so reversed right now? This is like baseline air travel, especially now. Air travel is the worst it has ever been in my lifetime. Why wouldn't you do a little bit extra to make your life a lot easier in the long run? I have never been airport lounge guy ever in my life.
What?
I've never been it. I think it was a frivolous expense because I could always time out my arrival. Now, with all sorts of delays and cancellations, it was so worth signing up for airport lounge life right now. You know, they have dedicated concierges there that can help you with your trip.
Yep.
It's incredible.
That's the whole point.
Yes, that's
How have you missed this?
well, because I never needed it
Yeah,
before
you
because
don't need it.
air travel was dependable. But now it's not at all dependable.
Dude, let me tell you something. You go there, you say, yes, your connection has been canceled, and everyone's in that long-ass line, and you call, and it's a 4-hour wait. Just throw right into the Admirals Club. Got someone, how can I help you today, Mr. Al-Hassan? I'm like, well, my flight got canceled. I'm trying to get home, and I know there's a flight that leaves in like 10 minutes. Can you get me on that? Certainly. Tap, 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 tap. While I'm waiting, you know what I'm going to do? Head over to that bar and get me a complimentary beverage. Hello.
Depends on where you are. Depends on where you are.
What do you mean depends on?
Yeah, some of
No,
them
no,
are-
no, but wait, no.
I've
Amin's
never-
got,
there is not
Amin's
an
got
Admirals
the-
Club without a
Amin has
bar.
got the status.
No, they have
Mike
a bar.
Ryan.
The mimosa wasn't comp.
Amin has the status. I believe he gets free stuff all over the place. Amin knows how to work these angles.
Amin knows basketball. Amin knows a lot. And that's, honestly, we made it to Austin for South by Southwest. Remember, Danny, Whitty, and I had our flight canceled. We got deplaned. And by just sheer luck and incompetence on American Airlines' part, where they called me 6 hours after they were supposed to, I miraculously got a phone call in while I was in one of these mile-long lines with all sorts of mouth-breathing Gen Pop people.
Oh, no.
So it was right then and
This
there.
is really dismissive.
It was right then
Gen
and there.
Pop
that-
is too strong.
Right then and there that I decided I'm signing up for lounge access so I can have a dedicated concierge, and it would save me not just frustration, but genuine time. I luckily got some sleep that night. Chris Whittingham, he got woken up by his stove alarm clock after a 12-minute nap before he had to get back on his way to Miami International Airport. Airport lounge life is where it's at, and you need to have TSA PreCheck in this day and age. You just flatly need to.
I got to ask you, Amin, though, because this raises another question, is when you get something complimentary, like at a bar, do you tip as if you got the full drink and then you tip on the cost of that full drink, or do you not tip at all?
I tip, but I don't know how much the drink costs. I don't ask them, so I just throw a couple of bucks, depending on how many I have. Sometimes when it's a little busy and I know I'm going to be here a while, go ahead and hit them with a Tensky.
Whoa.
Just look.
Tensky.
So
I'm going to be here for a minute.
When I keep coming back, I don't want to wait with all these other people. He's going to hit me first.
Well,
that's the right move.
You guys, I don't think know how you sound when Mike is referring to the people in an airport security line as general population in a prison.
Breathing.
In a prison.
Mouth
Well, no, the
breathing.
mouth breathing, and then criminals. Gen pop in a prison. I don't know a lot of other general populations.
I'm not saying they're criminals. I'm just saying they're more likely to be criminals because they didn't go through the TSA background check.
And by the way,
it's irrefutable.
let's just look. Anytime you head to the airport, Dan, and you walk in there and you see a bunch of people standing waiting in line, guaranteed 75 to 80% of them are Fisher Price. My first time flying. I have to take off my shoes? What? I can't bring in my family-size Gatorade? They're shocked by everything. I'm like, you not watch the bleeping news? You not notice? It's been happening for 20 plus years, since 9/11. Remember that one? Yeah. Since then.
Well, that was the illusion of safety too, because I remember we were doing all these checks, and then somebody failed to execute the secret shoe bomb.
Yeah.
Shoe bomb.
Richard, what was his name?
there was like sticking out of his foot.
Richard Kimball.
He was
Richard Reed.
He was trying to. He was trying. I don't believe it was Richard Kimball, the character from The Fugitive.
He's the one-man man.
No, I don't believe it was the man with the prosthetic. I believe it was just a guy on an airplane with a bomb that was a shoe, and he couldn't light it successfully. And next thing you know, they're taking off all our shoes at the airport.
That movie is a bit absurd. I've watched it several times.
A bit?
Because it's always airing
bit?
on AMC. I don't know how the most wanted man in America just has free reign to walk into the most obvious places. Like, he goes to like the doctor's banquet and he just shows up.
Mike, I didn't kill my wife.
I don't care. Yeah. It's great.
Why do we all know Richard Kimball, the fugitive, but there are people in this room who don't know Top Gun? How is any of that possible?
Well, The Fugitive is a newer movie, relatively. I think it came out, 6 years later?
93.
I think it plays everywhere, though. Is Tom Cruise, is Top Gun the line? Like, is it the generational line? I don't think I've been more surprised by the young people in this room not knowing a movie.
Well,
than
Jurassic Park is way worse
No,
than
but that's
Top Gun.
just Whittingham, and it wasn't multiple of them. It's just Whittingham's a weirdo, a killer, and should be stopped by security at every time. He is not representative of anything other than Whittingham's a weirdo.
I feel like this interview next time is going to be a bit longer. They get a hold of this clip.
3 minutes and letting you through is proof positive that I have that security in America, an America filled with exploding cars, is not working.
Dan, do you really think that it's the interview? No, they're going through every breakfast that I've ever had. There has got to be a government agency somewhere that knows every single thing about me. They've gone through it. They've cleared me to go through. And I have to be honest, the $80 that I paid is the best $80 that I've ever spent in my life.
You're assuming your privacy has already been breached,
oh,
correct?
Come on.
You haven't been in a TSA line that wasn't pre-check that kept you there for 40 minutes, and you haven't screamed to the heavens. I'd pay $500 to not be in this.
To not be in this line, but I don't call those people Gen Pop.
Well, they are. Clearly.
Yeah.
They're on top of that, they're the worst thing that I can possibly say. They're lazy. They're lazy people that don't want to go through the somewhat arduous process of having to set up an appointment to have someone ask you if you've ever been convicted of a felony. I'm fairly sure they could just look that up.
I love that Whittingham just shrugs his shoulders on, when I'm walking into that interview, they already have breached my every security. They know everything I have in every orifice. There are no secrets.
The whole point of the process.
Freedom is gone.
The whole point of the process is I'm not a threat because they've gone through all the ways in which I would have been a threat.
No, the point of the process is to make money. Is for you to pay money.
It's worth it, though. This isn't about money. This is, please, $80. I don't want to hear anybody who's bought a ticket to an airline complain about how expensive $80 additional is when they're on there every time paying the $10 Wi-Fi. Fuck out of here. It's not about money.
Wait,
it's flatly about the time.
You're paying $10 for your Wi-Fi?
Here we go.
No, not with our status, buddy.
$20.
No, we're great. We just log in and we're good. Because we're decorated veterans of the sky.
Stripes. Look at my arm right here. Like
decorated veterans of the sky.
Yes.
Because you got it. Now you're a lounge guy.
You think I got my call sign from some weird AR marketing thing? No. They call me High Roller every time I step into the AA lounge.
Dan, we're not going to the Privates Club or the Petty Officers Club. What kind of club are we going to?
We're going to the Admirals Club.
Admirals Club.
You know, is it David Robinson makes a monthly appearance. He served me a mimosa the other day.
So what time do I show up to the airport?